there also. Quick kind of service announcement. We are always looking for subscribers. Coach Russell said that he would.
Don't you say Coach Russell said anything.
That's what I heard. I heard that he was going to shave his head if we got to 450 before the game was over.
That's
so,
wrong.
Allie brought her clipping fingers, was ready. I believe I sent you a picture of that, so she's ready to go. So always looking for more subscribers. If you've got friends out there who want to watch some Senator action, whether it's football or basketball or baseball or softball, it's always out there for them to be able to see. We're here for sectional 48 at Springs Valley. Common opponent throughout the year that the West Washington Senators were able to defeat 46-0. But it is sectional time, so there's always a change in philosophies and a change that happens when it is sectional time.
Yeah, and the Senators did win the coin toss and deferred to the second half, so they will be kicking off. And I believe this is the exact same scenario as we started the season or the regular season game with, as West Washington kicked off. But I do think at that time Harrison Sanford was the one kicking off instead of Jake Strange. But Jake's going to put his toe to it, and he's got 3 touchbacks on the year, and we'll see where the Blackhawks start from.
All right, Jacob Strange getting set to kick off. Back deep for the Hawks. Connor Grimes, Jordan Curtis, and Dylan McClain.
Blackhawks go with 3 players back to return this, depending on where Jake kicks it. It goes to number 32. Grimes turns, gets out to the 40, still going. Gets driven out at about the 43-yard line.
It'll be a good start for the Blackhawks.
Good start for the Blackhawks there.
23-yard on the return. Springs Valley will start first and 10 from their own 43.
Their sophomore quarterback, Adam George, is
The Blackhawks come out and they send a play in each time with the player or the quarterback comes over and gets the play from the coach. Number 22 is the quarterback. Hands off to Curtis. Curtis, huge hole up through the Senator defense. Ends up coming down about the 39.
18-yard gain for the Blackhawks. Very first play, basic play. Just to bring the guy in motion, hand off to him, and he had a big hole to run through there.
And that's something that the Senators have to clear up. They can't be a big hole each time. I mean, that just isn't going to work.
Like I said, I mean, the first game of the year, this is pretty much the same thing. Springs Valley started off really strong, got all the way down to inside the 10, and West Washington was able to hold them, and they didn't move again the rest of the night.
Up under center is Chase. Sends a man in motion, hands off.
Colton Dickey is met by Bryce Brown.
Yeah.
Number 34, Colton Dickey on the carry.
So he'll pick up about 1 on the play.
2-yard gain on the play, second down and 8.
Ball on the 37. Minute gone here in the game so far. Defense getting their call in from Coach Gibby.
Senators are in a 4-3, it looks like, with Pate, Rankin, and Armstrong as his 3 linebackers. You got Sanford and McFeeters deep.
It goes to 34, who cuts back. Parker Green out there to bring him down.
34, Colton Dickey on the carry. 15-yard gain on the play is good for Springs Valley. First down.
It's down to, the 25?
25 is right where it's spotted.
12-yard gain.
Dickey does a nice job of lowering his head and taking off there.
Yeah, it started to the right, and he cut it back to the left, and he made a nice run.
Chase under center. Handoff up the middle.
31 on the carry, wasn't it?
Yeah. 31, which is Adam George.
Number 31, Adam George on the carry.
5-yard gain right up the middle.
Yep, going to be 2nd and 5. This is the exact same way it started off the first time that we played. They drove deep, and we ended up holding them. So let's see if Coach Gibson's defense here can hold.
Switching to a 5, back to a 5.
Curtis gets met at the line. No gain.
Mark.
43, Jordan Curtis on the carry.
17, so give Jordan a gain of 3. It'll set up now a third down.
2-yard gain on the play. Third down. 3.
Senators defensively, their nose guard is Charles Madden, 237 at a junior. Andrew Lewis, left tackle, 252 at a junior. Bryce Brown, 251 and a junior.
That Senator front has to collapse in on those gaps that they're leaving between them when they're getting their spacing.
They'll figure out a rhythm, which way they're running based on their motion, and you'll see them start slanting that direction, I'd say.
Hand off to George. George is met in the backfield by Hunter Pate.
It's going to bring up a fourth down. He's going to lose.
He's going to lose yards.
So again, big play for the defense right here. Gave up a couple first downs, but if they can hold here and keep them or force the turnover, give the offense the ball, we got a good start.
Valley comes out. They're going in the gun this time. Dickey lines up beside Chase. Sorry, Dickey's in motion and comes back to Chase. It's
great
Spins away. He's to the 20. He's to the 15.
We had him in the backfield and missed a couple of
tackles. Going to be a first down for the Blackhawks. They're going to end up at the 14.
Spin move about 5 yards behind, and somehow
gain of 5.
Needed 4.
Yeah. Third first down for Springs Valley.
They're going to continue the drive. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14.
We had good pressure, but we just didn't break down, and he made some. And they're going to a wildcat
look here.
Chase goes out to wide receiver, so it's going to be power run right here.
Nothing there.
No, he's going backwards.
Nothing for.
Who's that, number 32?
32.
That is Connor Grimes, 5'8", 141, sophomore.
A big shout out to Robin Powers, who's apparently having her 50th birthday party today at Brittany Powers' house, but they are watching the live stream, so they're supporting the Senators.
What better way to celebrate your birthday?
Handed off out wide to Curtis. He breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and then gets driven out of bounds. We're going to see where they spot it.
Number 43, Jordan Curtis on the carry.
It's like, what, about the 14?
Yeah.
So they have no gain on that play.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 9, maybe.
Nah, I'm not giving him a yard.
He may have got a yard the play before. I don't know.
I think those guys over there holding the yard marker get tired of staying in the same spot, so they just move.
I do like that yard marker, though. That's one of the new digital ones. So the play comes in from Chase from the sidelines. He goes under center with Adam George in the backfield. Motion Dickey. Dickey going to get the handoff. He's not going to get anything there either.
It's a great job by the center defense. Right now, though, is the key. You got to keep them from getting another first down.
This is 4th and 8. Looks like they send in a kicking unit. Number 9 comes in to kick, which is Griffin McGee, 110-pound freshman.
Wow, he looks like a kicker. I didn't pay attention to him warming up. See,
I didn't see him warm up any of them. So
they got a net over here.
Yeah, story in the press box is that he can kick him from about 40. This one's going to be, they're going to place it down at about the 17. That one's up
good
and no good. It's going to get into the end zone. So Senator's going to take over on downs here. We see junior quarterback Holden Bousman come out onto the field for his first offensive action.
So they had the ball almost, 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes. Senators touched the ball the first time at 5:33 in the first quarter.
Looks like we're going to come out with same formation. Rankin tight end to the far side, Strange tight end near side, and then you're going to have twins over here with Chase and Harrison. Mason in the backfield with Holden.
This is the
Hausman, the coach's son, will throw on first down.
throws out to Farmer.
Breaks a tackle.
Breaks a tackle, puts his head down and gets across the 30 to the 32, where he's brought down by number 7, Dylan McLean.
It's going to be a first down.
First down for the Senators.
Gain of 18 on the play.
That's a good way to start off there. This field here with the grass cut low and the type of grass that they got, it's a fast field, which really helps the Senators. They put 2 wide receivers to the top side of the field. Hand off to Armstrong. Looks, cuts. Not much room there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm not sure. We don't just keep going playing pitch and catch with Harrison and Chase the way the defense is lining up.
Yeah, they've got
they got one guy out there covering both of them, and the second guy is about 12, 14 yards off.
We come in with a third wide receiver. We're going to put trips to the top along with the back on that side. So this is a great time for Jake.
Off sides.
Jumps off sides. This is going to be a great time to find Jake on this weak side over here on a linebacker.
Those what together they say penalties have been our bugaboo the entire season.
I believe this is the first time that the opponents have gotten the first flag. All season we're at sectional. We're game 9 of the season, and the first time that the opponents have beat us to that first flag. Hands off to Armstrong. Armstrong breaks a tackle. He's brought down by a couple of Blackhawks. He's going to gain about 3. Going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Again, just like the first time, they are really stacked up in the middle, making it really difficult to run inside. It's coming back to me now. Roper was able to get in and break it to the outside, and he's got really good speed and had some big runs in.
And guess who's in the backfield?
And they're going to give
shoestring tackle. He's going to be close to the first down. I don't know that he gets it. They're going to give it to him.
But Mason does not get tripped up.
There's a huge hole. Charles Madden comes up a little ginger with his knee. Going to be first down for the Senators.
Yeah, it's a good thing, Mike. It looked like he had a big hole there. He was going to be able to get another 7-8 yards, but he was able to trick him up.
Comes to Roper McFeeters.
Nice
Nice cut there by McFeeters.
They hit him in the backfield, and he bounces right off and tight ropes the sidelines all the way to midfield. So a pickup of 7 for the freshman.
And he's a jump cut away from breaking that one too.
Exactly.
So
he goes out, and Parker comes back in. So we'll be back with 4 receivers.
Mason Armstrong in the backfield. There's Jake. Jacob Strange is going to get a first down there for the Senators.
I really like that play. I really like that. Put Jake on the weak side away from your receivers. Holden just flips it out to him in the flats for about 5 yards. That's all you got to do.
And with as big as he is and as soft as his hands are, he can do that a lot.
Yes.
We're back to a new set here. We've got 3 in the backfield. Going to hand off to Mason. Mason with a cut. 4 Blackhawks finally bring him down after he gains 11 on the play. Big run there for Mason Armstrong, the senior.
First time we've seen that this year. You had Chase Farmer and Roper McFeeters on each side of Holden, and Mason lined up as tailback or the pistol back in that formation, and big hole there for him. It was a 4th first down. So
looks like they're going to stay in the pistol look here. That one going to go to McFeeters with a couple of lead blockers over there. Gains 4 on that play. Nice hard run by the freshman.
Yep.
at this time of the year, you can't really call him a freshman anymore.
No,
I mean, he's
no.
he's had enough
they-
carries that he's
First time we played him, yes, he was a freshman, but they brought him along slowly and, in a way that he's had a lot of success, and he's very confident right now as a running back.
minute 48 to go here in the first quarter. Very fast quarter with very few penalties and not getting out of bounds and things. So handoff to Armstrong. He's going to gain a couple there before most of the Blackhawk defense get a hold of him and bring him down. It's going to be about third and going to say 5.
Yep, 3rd and 5.
Outside linebackers for the Hawks, Adam George, 175.
Down to a minute 19.
This is a Jake Strange.
We apologize, listeners.
This,
You can hear that.
this is a Jake Strange specialty right here. 5 yards, 3rd down. He's lined up to the weak side of the field.
Back to throw his pass.
There's a pin. Holden
Holden
keeps
tucks it, going, driving,
20, 15 to the
makes a nice sidestep.
gonna
He's going to score.
Let's see what
We're going to have a flag on the play, but we're going to see this
way
we're
the
gonna
white hat
see
is.
where it is.
It's going to come back.
Senators.
False start.
false start on the Senators, so that's
Okay.
going to
All right, if it's a false start, the play is dead. That's the thing. I mean, if they call that
West Washington did not
as a false start, that play should have never been ran.
still waiting for confirmation from the white hat out there what the call is.
was at home for the Hawks in that linebacking core. So the Hawks dodge a bullet for now. That'll move the ball
Back it
back
up to a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
instead of a touchdown for
But
the
we are still, no doubt we'll go for it if we don't convert it here.
Yeah.
So, you want to pick up what you can, get 4 or 5 yards and put it into a 4th and 6 or 4th and 5, 4th and 4, and then really look to utilize Jake.
Bousman gets out wide, unable to get anything. He's going to be brought down 4th. It's going to be 4th down, and we're going to be 4th and 12.
Yeah.
Under a minute to go.
going anywhere that time. He'll lose 3 yards back to the 37, so it'll bring up now a 4th
Now we may punt here. Try and pin him down at the
Yeah.
goal line.
Bousman wants to play the
And they'll probably let it go till the end of the quarter. So first quarter will end in a 0-0. Oh, no, we're going to have to snap it. Play clock
Is at 13.
is at 10 now. So we got to go.
We're not lined up in a punt.
ball snap back to Bousman. Looks like they're going to go for it. He steps up. He looks. He fires the ball downfield. And the
Pass is intercepted by number 7,
Hey, that's
Dylan
okay.
McLean. That's okay because
They're going to
that's
take
gonna,
over at the 14-yard line.
which would have been just like a punt. We've got a
Yeah.
flag on the field, though. So we're going to see what that flag is. Where it is, it looks like holding on the offense. It's going to be declined. So Springs Valley is going to take over.
It is declined. Springs Valley will take over.
Scoff and a turnover. But Kevin, it was 4th down. And
They've been much smarter just to have
knocked it down.
Knocked that pass down, and they're taking over at the,
14.
Yeah, but if they knocked it down, they would
They take over at the 37.
Yeah.
So going to be first down for the Blackhawks here at the 14.
what a job by Dylan McLean. He came halfway across the field to get over there and pick that football off.
And they'll run one play, and this will be the final play of the first quarter. As you said, a very fast-moving
Yeah,
first quarter.
Chase takes over under center.
He sets his team, hands off.
Going to be a handoff. That one gets maybe 2. Jordan Curtis with that one. That's going to end the first period of play. We're going to step aside, take a short commercial break from the IHSAA, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I'd agree with that.
Back to live action here at Death Valley on the Springs Valley campus, where we are, I wouldn't call it a defensive game yet.
Because both teams have moved the ball up and down the field. It's just
you can't string them together quite well enough to get anything going. So it is 0-0 for the Senators and the Blackhawks. Springs Valley does have the ball. It's going to be 2nd and 7 on the 16.
looks like the Senators stay in their 5-2.
They're going to make the Blackhawks beat them out wide.
Yeah.
Colton Dickey's going to pick up close to the first down. He's going to be past it by a yard. So Dickey's going to get the first down there, move the ball out to about the 26.
That's what I'm talking about. This time the Hawks trying the right side.
This is going to be the longest night.
That's their 10-yard pickup for Colton. First down. The Hawks move the chains. What we're talking about.
It's the 4th first down for Springs Valley. It's time again for the Senator defense to really tighten it up and, get the ball back for the offense.
North Davies scores 6 on their first possession. 1 minute to go in the first quarter there.
Trying to get to the outside. Nowhere to go.
go.
They're not going to beat us to the outside.
Nope. They're just too fast across the front there.
Minimal yardage here.
Yeah, I don't see. Again, he wants to go east-west instead of north-south. We'll take that.
Yeah, and that's not going to work very well.
No. There's a lot of speed out there.
Chase with the long run across the field, the quarterback for the Blackhawks. Going to be a handoff coming around. He's met by Glenn Rankin. Colton Dickey brought down. He may lose one there. That's going to be Glenn's kind of bread and butter tonight. He's just watching Dickey when he's on his side. When he motions back, he crashes hard on it.
That's what they're doing, is they're motioning, trying to counter back to where the motion came from, and the Senators are having none of that.
That's one of those things when you're as fast as the Senators are out wide and with their linebacking group.
They've got 4 receivers out here to this near side.
Third down now for the Hawks. They're on 28.
And they're just
pass goes off to
double pass.
Double pass. Oh,
incomplete. They had it.
Gonna be an incomplete pass.
His arm off a little bit.
Nice try on the double pass there.
Yeah. And he was there. It was just a not successful throw.
Yeah. So going to bring up 4th down and 8.
That we'll see that play again before the night's over.
Yeah. When they load up 4 on one side, a screen is probably coming, and that's what the Senators set in, and then they ran after it as soon as the first pass was thrown. Luckily, it was overthrown. So
Chase
Dickey
Farmer.
back to kick.
Nice punt.
Nice punt. Farmer fields it. Makes a nice spin move. Nice Y button move there on the Xbox controller. So Senators are going to take over on the 43. Your son would have loved that.
Oh, yeah, he would have. He would have. I mean, he tells me to hit buttons. I don't know what those buttons are. I just push. The Senators, again, 9:51 to go here in the first half, and they are just now getting the ball for the second time. And, that's what Springs Valley wants. They want to limit our touches. Again, you look out here. If we throw out to – is this Chase on the outside?
It is.
7 is 15 yards off of him. Harrison makes a block on 33, and we're just going to run.
And he gets back to the line, so going to be 2nd and 10.
They're going to mark him for a 1-yard loss, it looks like.
And on the tackle for no gain, number 73, Andrew Galloway.
Once again, we've got to really test these corners out here and the safeties on this side because,
I mean, like I said, the safety's playing 15 yards off of Chase. Harrison and Chase are the two of the best blocking receivers I've ever seen. No doubt in my mind, Harrison gets locked up with 33. Chase is gaining 8-10 yards easily on his own. And they're all another.
There it is again. McLean picks it off again.
There's a clip that's going to come back.
We're going to get another flag. We've got all kinds of flags, all kinds of laundry on the field.
It's going to be a clip because Chase got nailed in the back on that.
So
and
now
they sent Harrison deep. You had Chase coming.
Chase came across on a slant, and he was open. That's where that ball needed to go.
Looked like maybe a targeting foul on West Washington, but then
Yeah, it's a block in the back on the Blackhawks, unsportsmanlike on the Blackhawks. So
that's going to back him up probably inside the 10 once we get all this walked off.
Yeah.
Springs Valley, although I'll tell you what, Chase Martin tackled Bill on the sideline, lowered his helmet, and called for a targeting foul.
So just going to mark 15.
Just going to mark 15 off of that.
Springs Valley will retain possession. First down.
Picked off twice now. And after the mark-off of the 10-yard holding penalty, the ball back to the 22-yard line.
So they're going to take over on the 22 here.
Yeah, and the turnovers are going to be a key, and Valley needs to take advantage of this one. See if we can put one in, and then we could really make a lot.
Balls.
And off to Curtis. He's got a big
Curtis
hole up the middle.
gets
Started outside.
about 8 on that play. Jake Strange there to bring him down.
30-yard line.
8-yard gain on the play. Second down.
Gain of 8.
Who was that, Curtis?
Curtis, yeah.
8:45 remaining, open quarter here from the Hawks Nest in French Lick. No score in this sectional 48 first round contest. Valley going toe to toe with a 9th ranked team in Class A. Good. Cannon chase up other center, sends Curtis in motion.
Hands that ball off up the middle. He's met by 2 Senators.
Appears as though he's got the first down.
Number 31.
That's going to give him a first down.
Wow, they're just going to move it up a yard. They're going to say it's a yard short, it looks like.
Well, it's kind of
They are.
yeah.
First down.
A little slow in getting things going, but it is
5th first down now for Springs Valley.
The Valley Blackhawks are moving the ball on this Senator defense. Gibby's definitely going to have a conversation with them at halftime.
And they're not snapping the ball until it's under 5 seconds, so, they're running the clock fast.
Your competitor is playing a little harder than you are.
pitch to Colton Dickey.
Colton Dickey brought down by 52. I believe that's Andrew Lewis. Does a nice job of getting into the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 1.
They're going to just say no gain on the play. Did get back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. 7:40.
So again,
Senators
no score.
No score. That kind of reminded me of the Eastern game.
Yeah.
Back and forth, but no scoring. So comes out.
Chase fires it out to Jordan, and he's stretching for first down.
43. That's Jordan Curtis who makes the reception.
Jordan Curtis.
Jordan Curtis, and we'll see where the officials mark the football. It's out near the 43-yard line, and they are going to say it is good enough.
10-yard gain.
Good enough for a first down.
Valley, first down.
Cannon, that's his first pass of the contest. Valley's second.
That's something that the Senators probably aren't going to worry about too much as him passing. That's not what he's going to do a lot of.
Jordan looks to be the fastest player on the field tonight. I mean, he's moving quicker than everybody else. So I look for him to be.
Springs Valley's going to take a timeout as the play clock
Gets
to 1.
under 1. So we're going to step aside, have a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Senators come back out onto the field after that timeout. It is 1st and 10. Ball is on the 44 for the Valley Blackhawks. Still with their wing T offense in the backfield.
Valley having to use a timeout. They've got a 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
It's going to be a straight run. Grimes ends up taking that.
Position after Connor was able to pick
3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7.
84,
Tanner Pavey, isn't it?
which is Eamon Aka on Valley.
Okay.
Comes limping off the side of the field. We haven't seen Hunter Pavey come in quite yet.
You know, they're solid in there. They're moving just enough for our backs able to get a good running start before he's getting in.
I did talk to his parents as they came in, and they went to Porky's before they made it here. So
Chance of getting to their secondary.
splits wide the near side.
that ball is a straight run from
And
Grimes.
it's that wildcat formation.
He's not going to gain much. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.
Again, every time Springs Valley tries to stretch it to the sidelines, they've had zero success. Their runs have come off tackle, up straight up the middle. You know, that's where they're having success. And you know, but when they try and get to the outside, they've got nowhere to go.
Still 0-0. We're at 5:30 to go here in the first half. Chase is going to.
Oh, Jake got
with a
him.
nice grab there to bring him down.
And he's going to lose yardage.
It's going to come to be a 4th and 8 here after the nice snag by Jake. Gets him with one arm and then is able to drag him down to the ground.
For a loss of a yard back to the 46-yard line, so bring up now 4th down and 7. And I would assume the Hawks will punt, although
I mean, it looks like they're, yeah.
Senators a little confused on what
I
they're.
don't think they are. Oh,
There goes.
they got to take another timeout.
Valley's going to take another timeout, so we're going to step away, take another commercial break, and we'll be back to action here in just a second.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Ah, let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, oh, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. They're so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back to live action here at Sectional 48 at Springs Valley, where the Senators and the Blackhawks are tied at 0. Dickey back.
Blocked. Senators blocked it.
Senators do block that kick. I don't know.
I think it was Trenton Binskin
Was
who
it
got
Trenton Binskin or was it Bryce Brown?
I don't know. I think maybe Bryce.
Jake was very happy with Bryce and what he did, so I kind of think it was Bryce, but both of them were there, so.
A huge play. Hopefully that's the break the Senators needed to get this, get our offense going and get some points on the board. And
So Senators take over here on the 38 with 4:43 left to go. That may be the spark that the Senators need. We go to a two-back set. Roper McFeeters runs right into one, bounces off, trying to find somewhere. Another X button move there, or Y, whatever it is. Spin move and come back.
A lot of running for Roper to gain 2 yards.
2 yards.
But better than the alternative, which was he's going to lose a yard. So nice job. Again, Strange and Rankin at tight ends.
We go to Roper again. He gets right behind Mason Armstrong and then lowers his head.
His way.
Great run there by Roper.
Yeah, first couple drives we tried to pound him with Mason, get him sucking in, and that's what we did last time. And then Roper was able to beat him to the outside, so a 16-yard gain there by McFeeters.
Senators go to the speed-up offense. They hand off to Mason Armstrong this time.
Oh, big hole up the middle.
One of the Valley defenders lowers his head, thinks he's going to hit Mason, makes a nice little sidestep, and gains 8 on that one. 8 or 9? 9.
Second down and a yard as Senators looking to cash in on the blocked punt. They line up quickly. Bowsman takes the snap, hands off to
Armstrong runs over one, then is brought down at the 10.
He didn't get much, but it will be a first down. As they will spot it at the 9. Only a 2-yard gain. It is now first down.
So that will be the 7th first down for the Senators tonight. Armstrong up the middle.
Armstrong again up the middle, going to be brought down at the 5. 4-yard gain there. Sorry, 5-yard gain.
We'll bring second goal from the 5-yard line. And here's this new formation.
The pistol.
We're
going to get.
And that was Farmer with the carry, but there was movement by the Senators. And that will be only their first penalty of the night, which is something that they've really done well tonight, because they came in averaging almost 9 penalties a game and about 80 yards a game in penalties. So
second and goal now from the 10. That is the
Senators are going to be backed up on that one. We've got a Valley player over. I believe he's tying his shoes, which if he can get that done with gloves on, that's pretty impressive. That is Colton Dickey over there. Bowsman rolls.
That's a hole. Looks, fires it downfield, and the pass is going to
Jake's going to be out of bounds. Nice roll there, nice throw, but Jake's not going to be able to bring that one in.
Yeah. Springs Valley put good pressure on, and they were waiting on that. They had 3 guys. I think you guys hear it's 3rd down now. But they did a nice job of staying on Jake as he drug across the back of the end zone. And
that's a good job of scouting, knowing that that's coming.
So, again, still 2 down territory.
Still in the pistol look here. It's going to come to Roper McFeeters around this side. Ball's on the ground. He's got it back. So Senators do gain 2 on that one. But it's going to be 4th down and 8. 4th and goal for them to get in. Looks like we're going away from the pistol here.
Yeah.
McFeeters is going to come out. Farmer's going to come in.
Well, that was Sanford in the backfield.
Oh, was it?
Well, I mean, when they were in the pistol.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was Chase.
Nope. So Chase comes back into the game on that set after they've run the pistol. Rolls. Caught, but it's going to be short, so it's going to be 1. Sanford tries to get into the end zone, but is unable to do so and unable to.
Maybe the defense can get a safety here.
Yeah.
0-0 score with 1:48 to go in the first half is not something I envisioned. I don't think many people here envision that.
Well, and with 1:48 to go, they're going to have to run plays. They can't take knees. There's not enough.
Not enough
room.
They're going to have to do something. So.
Because the Senators do have all 3 of their timeouts.
And as we said, we've got every timeout left too. So we can just don't give up a big play here on first down. Had a defensive coach one time. We had a team backed up to the 1, and he sent everybody, and the fullback ran right by him for a 99-yard touchdown.
There's a handoff. Going to be stuffed there. So going to be 2nd and 9.
They called timeout, so 1:32 to go.
So we're going to step aside, take a commercial break, and we'll be back here on West Washington Livestream in just a moment.
Lynx Clothing and Shoes carries a wide variety of items from name brand clothing and shoes to sports apparel and sporting goods. We offer custom screen printing and embroidery, free gift wrapping, alternations, and layaway. Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, Friday 9 to 6, and Saturday 9 to 5. We are conveniently located on the north side of the Salem Square and are a family-owned and operated business. Stop by and see us today, 812-883-4154.
Back to live action here at Death Valley, where the Senators and the Blackhawks are tied at 0. 1:32 to go here in the first half. Ball is on the 3-yard line, where the Blackhawks are just trying to get this first half over without turning the ball over here.
Yeah. Shoot a gap. Let's get a safety.
There's a handoff. He's going to gain a couple.
Take Curtis again.
Senators going to take another timeout. We're going to stick with you here through this timeout. Senators just aren't looking like the team that they were, a month ago.
And, part of that is Springs Valley, and, Springs Valley has executed their game plan to perfection, and everything that they need to go right has gone right for them tonight. For them to be in this ball game, they needed to be able to get first downs, keep that clock running, and they've done that. As West Washington's had the ball 3 possessions here the entire first half, and with 1:27 to go. They needed the Senators to have turnovers, and we've had 2 of them. So 2 of our 3 drives end on turnovers. And, those are the types of things that gives a team that is the underdog a lot of confidence. And, the longer Springs Valley is able to stay in this game, the more confidence it gives them. And, that's always dangerous, especially in tournament play. So, but it will be 3rd down and 6.
1:27 left to go here in the first half.
I didn't hear a 3rd down yell that time, did you?
I didn't.
No gain.
No gain there. Timeout by the Senators. So Valley is going to have to kick this one away or go for it 4th and 6.
So, that's in that punter's head.
Yeah.
Is last time we did this, they were on top of me. It's blocked. They block it here because he's going to be snapping from the middle to the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
We block it out of the end zone, that's a safety. If we block it and fall on it in the end zone, that's a 6 for us.
Dickey is their punter, and he is a rugby-style kid who kind of takes a few steps and then boots it.
Yeah, and that's where, Benskin came off this edge. Bryce came up the middle. But I know that kid's thinking about that right now.
That's exactly right. He's thinking, hey, last time I was out here, those 2 were right on top of me.
And I'm sure they're telling their linemen, do not let anybody get through.
Yeah.
Man up on them and stay on them.
We send Farmer back to return this punt.
And even if he gets it off, Senators are going to have great field position here for the final minute 22, but they will not have any timeouts left. So we will need to use the sidelines or get first downs to get that clock stopped.
So we've got 2 out to this side.
And he kicks it straight to the sidelines. The Senators are going to take over about the 34.
Looks like it's going to go out at the 32.
That was Curtis that punted that time, wasn't it?
Yep. They turned the other way and ran it. I believe that Dickey he kicked with his left foot, and Curtis kicks with his right.
Gotcha.
So kind of a directional punting back there.
So Senators will have 33 yards and a
minute 14. No timeouts here. Armstrong trying to get outside. Not going to get out of bounds, so they're going to hustle back.
Quick. And refs are losing the ball, can't catch it, so that's eating up clock.
The ball is spotted. They're ready to go again.
It's under a minute.
Bausman drops, looks.
Almost intercepted again.
Going to be an incomplete pass. Colton Dickey gets one hand on it, but no chance of him bringing that one down.
It was like a one receiver look as they motioned Harrison across the formation, and Hold'em went back to where he came from, and the only person out there was Glenn Rankin, who was trying to hit, and unfortunately we didn't get a third interception right there. We need to go back to Harrison and Chase on that twins look and look on that slant.
Bausman back to pass, goes deep.
This one up, and battle for it, it's incomplete.
Sanford not going to be able to come down with that one.
To bring up fourth down.
It's going to be 4th and 10 at the 33, 34 seconds to go here in the first half.
Not the type of first half the Senators would have liked to have had, but they are going to get halftime to regroup, and we will get the ball to start the second half. And we've seen our kids come out very motivated. A couple of games this year after halftime speeches.
I'm sure that they're going to be motivated.
A lot of room.
Nice catch.
He scores! What a play!
Touchdown, Senators!
Nice. Holden throws it up, and Harrison just out-leaps the guy and then is able to basically walk into the end zone for a touchdown.
Nice job there by Harrison Sanford for the first touchdown of the game. 25.3 seconds left to go here in the first half. Senators up 6-0. Nice job by Holden to find Harrison open on the 4th down and 10 play.
I think Springs Valley thought Holden was going to take off from him because there was a lot of room there, and he kind of made him think.
Senators go to the pistol look. Mason gets it up the middle, but there's nothing there. So 2-point conversion fails. Senators do lead 6-0 though here, and then we get a flag after the play. So we're going to see what that one is. Waiting for the signal.
Sportsmanlike on somebody. It's on the West Washington.
Unsportsmanlike on the Senators, so we're going to kick off from deeper. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. They're so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back to live action here at Death Valley, where the Senators do lead 6-0.
So Valley should get it in good field position. Problem is they have very
Jake Strange is going to kick off from the 25. Good news is there's only 25.3 seconds left to go.
Yeah. We'll just make sure we secure the tackle and don't give up a big play.
Jake kicks that one right down the middle.
And no
And we're going to have an offside.
After doing so well for most
on
of this
penalties,
first half
and then
penalties.
and then it happens.
So now we kick from the 20.
We just keep backing up.
We gotta keep our composure, do what we're supposed to be doing.
So Strange.
Springs Valley will be in West Washington territory, I'm assuming, with about 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Jake back, gonna really get his leg into this one the best he can. End over end, gonna be fielded at about the 41. Then is brought down at the 30.
Brings it down to the West Washington 30.
So a net of 10 yards on that kick.
Yeah.
Going to be 19.4 seconds left to go here in the first half with Springs Valley getting the ball here. I believe they do have one timeout.
They do.
They've got one timeout. We're going to see Chase try to air this one out some, I would think, if they're going to attempt it.
Yeah, I mean, if that guy's kicking from 40 yards, I mean, they may just try and get it up and get some points on the board here before the half ends.
Ball to the far side. Double wings. Chase takes the snap, fires the screen pass.
That's a lateral.
Dylan McClain was the intended receiver that time.
That should
I
have been
agree. That's a lateral. That's a ball that's out of bounds on the far side where it went out.
Second down and 10.
Wow.
One of the last thing you want here. Remember, the Hawks were driving at the end of the first half last week.
So bring up a second down and 10 for the Blackhawks from the Senator 30. 16.7 seconds to go.
That may have been a double pass again, Mike. I'm not for sure. It looked like
I think that was the exact same play that they ran earlier, that he overthrew the receiver.
Back to throw is Chase, fires it over the middle. Oh, and he threw behind.
32 comes across. Connor Grimes was going to catch that, but he was going to get met right there by Hunter Pate.
Hunter Pate let him know he was there.
I'm pretty sure Grimes heard his footsteps as he was coming across.
So it'll be third down and 10.
Third down and 10 with 13.8.
Not like the board says, first and 10.
Yeah. Senators defense looking to hold strong here. We're going to see at least two plays.
And they may try and run it here, see if they could get enough room where they could attempt a field goal and then call timeout.
Chase back to throw.
I don't know.
That comes across the middle. He's trying to get it to Jordan Curtis, but Mason Armstrong is right there to break that up.
So we'll bring up fourth down. Senators may get the ball one more time this half.
So going to be 4th and 10, 10.9 to go here.
For perhaps two more plays, but paramount here is that at least get first down. They can still stop the clock. Maybe have one more play. So, but in this particular case, like you said, Ken, maybe take a shot.
he needs to get the ball downfield here and get one of our guys.
Chase in the backfield, takes the snap, looks to throw.
He's airing it out.
Not going to be able to get it.
He didn't even put forth any effort, it looked like, on that. So I think he could have caught it.
Yeah, Senators are going to take over. Going to be 1st and 10. Senators on the 30, 5.9 left to go.
I would say the way we played this first half, we will probably do something safe and maybe just run and get to the half and then get the ball to start the second half. But I've been wrong before. We may come out and air it out.
This may be the time that we see how far Holden can throw it.
Well, they're lining up in the
pistol.
Yeah, you got this time it is Chase in the backfield with Roper and Mason. They're going to run Chase.
Chase comes with the ball around.
And I'm sure it's going to be a holding penalty on Senators.
So we get a flag on the field. Holding on the offense, so they're going to decline that. So we're going to go into halftime where the Senators do lead 6-0 over Springs Valley here at Death Valley on Springs Valley's campus. We'll be back with some stats and scoring summary here in just a moment.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. They're so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back to live action here at Springs Valley, where the Senators are out ahead 6-0 over the host Blackhawks. Coach Russell, run down some scoring and some stats for us.
Okay, it's not going to take long because that was a very quick-moving first half. Only scoring takes place in the second quarter, and I thought we was going to make it through the entire half without seeing a touchdown scored, but with 25.3 seconds to go on fourth down, Holden Bousman was able to roll out and find Harrison Sanford, who just made a tremendous catch on the play as he went up and caught the ball over a Springs Valley defender and then was able to get into the end zone for a 34-yard touchdown. The two-point conversion run by the Senators failed, made the score 6-0, and that's where it's at here at the end of the first half. Stats for Springs Valley. First off, they had 6 first downs in the first half, ran it 23 times for 72 yards or 3.1 yards per carry. They were 1 out of 6 passing for 12 yards. They ran 29 plays in the first half for 84 yards. They did not have any turnovers. They were penalized only 2 times for 20 yards. For the Senators, they had 7 first downs in the first half, ran it 16 times for 70 yards or 4.4 yards per carry. They were 5 out of 10 passing with 2 interceptions for where did I go there? With 76 yards passing. Total in the first half, we ran 26 plays for 105 yards. Did have the 2 turnovers. Individually rushing, Mason Armstrong 8 carries for 33 yards. Roper McFeeters 5 carries for 31 yards. Chase Farmer 1 carry for 9 yards. And Holden Bousman ran it twice for -3 yards. As we said, Holden was 5 out of 10 passing for 76 yards. Harrison had 1 catch for 34 yards. Chase had 1 catch for 18 yards. Jake Strange 1 catch for 5 yards, and Mason Armstrong 1 catch for 0 yards. And that is our first half stats. Springs Valley, even though it was a lopsided game the first half, they're playing with nothing to lose, and they're playing on their home field with all these seniors. So they feel like they've got nothing to lose, and they're playing like it. West Washington, the obvious favorite in this sectional to win sectional and even advance farther than that. They looked a little tight at times tonight, and that's the thing. It's the first game of tournament play, and that's where you tend to see most of your upsets. If there's going to be upsets, it's going to be early in the tournament, because the more it goes along, the kids start getting more comfortable with this expectations and the pressure of it, because the pressure of playing in the tournament is a whole different feeling than what it is in the regular season. Regular season, you're playing next week, you're practicing next week, but now that pressure is if we get beat, it's over. And for many of these kids, it would be the last time that they would ever play football. So they've got to adjust to those type of expectations, that type of pressure, and I think you're going to see the Senators start to settle in a little bit as the game goes on.
We're going to step aside and hear from the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox, and we'll be back for the start of the second half.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
In for Bob Lovell, this is Greg Rakestraw, but the star of the show is with us, and that is the Commissioner of the IHSA, and Bobby Cox. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Greg. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. You don't have much of a choice because you're too busy not to be doing anything else other than well during the month of October. Let's see, this past weekend, and including this weekend as well, you've got like 6 or 7 different state tournaments going on. Does that sound about right?
That's about right. We're very busy. We concluded our flag football championships last weekend at Grand Park in Westfield, and congratulations to the Mooresville Pioneers as our state champion. Great venue, thanks to the city of Westfield and Grand Park for what they do. We also crowned a state tennis champion, Carmel High School, again fighting off North Central 3-2 in a great tennis match, great enthusiasm, great sportsmanship. Always glad to see that occur. And we go right into another weekend of many, many events. We've got the rest of the tennis tournament. Singles and doubles are going to be played this weekend. Cross-country semi-states, soccer semi-states, volleyball regionals. Almost every tournament except football is in vogue right now. So we're busy, and it's a good time to be a high school fan.
All right, no doubt about that. Let's go back to unified flag football. What did you learn? What did you see from a growth standpoint from year 1 of the tournament to year number 2?
Well, we went up from 24 schools to 37 schools that started in the sectional. So that's a nice increase of growth in our tournament. I saw better organization by all the schools. You got to go through it one year to kind of figure out where to go and how to do things and how to set your teams up. And I saw better organization, great enthusiasm as always. The opportunity for kids with and without intellectual disabilities to play together and represent their school is a very special opportunity, and very pleased with how it all turned out. Great venue, and I think we'll probably go back there for years to come. The folks there at Grand Park did a great job. The field worked out well. There was another event going on in the facility at the same time, and we actually had some people bleed over and come over and watch flag football from the other event. So I thought it was a really good day, and I think we can learn from that. We'll have a post-event meeting with the folks up at Grand Park coming up next couple of weeks and look to the future.
How would you describe the partnership that you have built now with Special Olympics of Indiana?
Well, it's a tremendous partnership. It started over 7 years ago. It was an outgrowth of our student advisory committee when I challenged those young people to give back to their communities and find an organization that's in all 92 counties, just like our membership is, and be able to give back and give back to your community for what they've given you, the opportunity to play for your school and all the things that the school does for you. And so that partnership has grown. We have 4 unified sports. 2 are sponsored by the IHSA. 2 are sponsored by Special Olympics. We have track and field and flag football. They have bocce and bowling. The goal that their former president and CEO, Mike Furnish, and I had at the beginning of this conversation was to ensure that we have an opportunity for these young people to play in every season of the IHSA school year. So fall, winter, and spring, we have something for those kids to participate in. And it continues to grow. Our Champions Together program has touched over 165 schools, and I'm sure that there'll be more to come in the years following. And I'm very pleased and very humbled by how we've grown our inclusion of our students with intellectual disabilities, and the opportunity for them to represent their school is very special.
All right, a quick word about tennis, because, again, the team state championship, as you mentioned, took place on Saturday, but the individuals, as far as singles and doubles, all are still going. Those will wrap up this weekend on Friday and Saturday. What is it like having those 2 concurrent tournaments run together?
Well, it's a unique tournament because the way the singles and doubles works is if you go undefeated at the number 1 singles position or the number 1 doubles position once you enter the tournament, you can continue to advance even if your team doesn't go. And so it's kind of a unique tournament. So when you get to the regional, you're going to have some singles and doubles play as well at that team regional. Same thing's true at the semi-state and at the state. So those teams that are undefeated at the state now go on and they play in this tournament this weekend. We have 9 doubles teams that are undefeated going from the sectional forward now to this coming weekend. And so it's a great tournament. It's a great opportunity to watch these really good tennis players play, and fun to watch, and we hope that we have some good weather and we can get it done outdoors.
All right, sounds good. Now, while we have state championships next weekend in cross country as well as soccer, and the following weekend in volleyball, and you've already mentioned kind of where those tournaments are in terms of their path to a state championship, football begins for 1A through 4A, and for just a couple of schools in 5A. It is now a 6-week gauntlet for football going forward from this Friday. Your thoughts about the start of the state football tournament?
Well, I've always said I think the state football tournament is the toughest tournament to win. You got 6 weeks, first of all. You got so many bodies out there. Some kid can get hurt. You got weather to deal with. You got differing surfaces to deal with. There are a lot of varying factors, and the tournament to me seems wide open. As I've gone around the state and watched football this fall, there are some really good football teams across all classifications, and I don't see really, maybe other than New Pal in 5A, I don't see anybody that's just dominating their classification. And so I think it's going to be a wide open tournament, and I'm looking forward to it. And I know that our kids are looking forward to it, and our fans. We had our pairing show, and great viewership on our pairing show. So I know that we're ready for the football tournament to begin.
Well, I know it's a very busy time of year for you. We'll let you get to it. My friend, as always, thanks for the conversation. I will see you at either a state final or on the tournament trail very soon.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it.
Back to live action here at Springs Valley, where the Senators are ahead 6-0. We were 30 seconds away from the start of the second half of play. A few big scores around the state. As many of you know, Pioneer has been the 1A state champ for the past 2 years. They move up to 2A and draw kind of a buzzsaw. Lewis Cass, who is number 2 in the state in 2A, they draw in first round of sectional, and they are down 22-8 at the moment. So onside kick coming.
Onside. The onside kick is scrambled.
That was a
Hunter Pate ends up coming down with that one. It's a very nice onside kick, but
perfect bounce on that and went over. Was that Charles Madden on this side's head? And then I didn't see who it was. Hunter Pate actually picked it up.
Hunter Pate, kind of hit him right in the stomach. He couldn't ask for a better bounce there.
That was a nice kick by the freshman. So Senators have great field position to start the second half.
And we'll see if the Senators can put it together and get going. So
a big run up the middle again for Mason. Gets across the 50 down to about the 47. So it'll be a 6-yard gain to start the second half. You saw, those of you watching, you can see their linebackers are coming hard straight up the middle. They're trying to block everything, which is why when Roper gets it to the outside, he's got a lot of room outside there.
Sanford gets his hands on it, but isn't able to bring it down.
Harrison had it on that slant and just could not hold on to it.
Third down! That's what I'm talking about.
Goodness, I can't wait to get home.
Third down here for the Senators. Third and, about 4 here?
Yeah, 3rd and 4.
Holden keeps that one
to the outside, and he's going to get
be a hold.
And that is not a hold. They're going to call it on receiver, and that's not a hold. Our receivers get inside the frame and keep their hands there. They do as good a job as any group of receivers I've ever seen as far as keeping their hands inside that frame, but officials are not used to it. So it's going to be a hold every time. He's going to put Senators back in a 3rd and 14?
I don't disagree with you on our wide receivers. That one came on a lineman, though.
Oh, it did.
The hold came on a lineman. So I replayed that one and saw. So it was a hold on our lineman. I agree with you. Our wide receivers do get dinged quite a bit because people just aren't used to seeing a wide receiver be able to block how ours do. So holding back in the gun again, drops back to pass, rolls.
Mason Watt.
Mason catches it, is going to gain 5, so it's going to be 4th and 9 here, just shy of the 50-yard line. Coach Russell would want to call this the 52.
No, I wouldn't.
So Holden drops back into punting formation. He's going to catch it at about the 37.
I think they're looking to see. They may. Yeah, they're
He
faking.
rolls. Looking.
Now Bausman is going to run. He's looking. He's trying to get to the outside.
He's going to step up, throw.
Yeah, Holden's way
past the line of scrimmage there.
Penalty flag down. And let's see what this one is going to be.
It's going to be past the line of scrimmage. Now the question happens, what goes on here, Coach?
It's a loss of down.
It's a loss of down, but is it a completed pass?
No, they're not going to allow that.
So
illegal forward pass by West Washington.
On the Senators.
So Senators are going to lose the ball here.
And that should also come with it, a loss of down, and the Hawks are going to get great field position in Senator territory.
They're going to take over at about the 48.
And the Hawk players are starting to realize that. And Mark Galen is saying, now wait a minute here.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if they're going to mark this penalty off, or they're just going to give. I don't think they'll probably mark it off where he.
Springs Valley will take over.
A 5-yard penalty from where he threw the pass, which looks like about the 49-yard line. And yep, because it was 4th down, it is a loss of down, and the Hawks will take over the football, and that's the break that the Hawks need, and they just absolutely have to take advantage.
They started.
They will start now.
So it's going to be Blackhawks ball on the 46 of the Senators.
Not the start we needed.
No, definitely not.
Defense got to step up again.
They just cannot squander many more opportunities. 6-0 West Washington. 10:26 to go, third quarter. Chase hands off to Curtis.
Curtis off to the left side, gets a gain of 2. Nice job by Bryce Brown to bring him down.
Second down.
Only a 2-yard gain to the 44. It'll set up now a second down.
So the Senators got the ball, used almost 2 minutes, and now Springs Valley is going to have probably for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way it's kind of gone.
40 seconds every time.
Chase up under center, pitches it off now to Dickey. Looking for
Dickey gets a little bit of room. He's going to gain 3.
sidestep a couple of
Number 34, Colton Dickey on the carry.
40.
4-yard gain on the play.
Third down and 4 situation. And
Third down.
just underway here, second half.
Senators do lead 6-0 here. 9:30 to go in the third period.
Probably Mike with that call going for a fake there at midfield, but 8 or 9 yards field.
Chase comes with the play in from the sideline. Still going to see the wing tee here.
Down to 7 on the play clock, third down and 4. Chase hands off to Adam George.
Adam George up the middle. He gets nothing. I'm not so sure that the wide receiver on this side of the field wasn't offsides, too.
Yeah, well, they're going to give him a yard gain on that.
Short gain on the play, 4th down.
So 4th down, big play here for the defense. Get the ball back for the offense and see what we can do.
In comes Chase again with the play from the sideline. 17 seconds to go on the play clock.
They may try and look for that back out in the flats that they had success with throwing earlier in the game. The only completion they've got. They're going
hand off, nothing there.
I don't understand that. You've had 0 success running up the middle off tackle, and you try it there. Not. That's why I'm sitting up here, though.
Ben Valley's inability here, Kevin. They're for 7 on 3rd downs and 1 of 5 on 4th downs.
Senators going to take over on downs.
Senators will take over, and again,
So again, if West Washington get them into 3rd down, we've had great success there tonight as Springs Valley is 0 for 7 on 3rd downs.
shotgun Bousman sends Farmer in motion, hands off to
Armstrong
Big
up the
hole.
middle.
He's got a big hole.
He gains 16 on that one, and we've got 2 Blackhawks players on the ground after Mason lowers his head and goes over him.
The opportunity, they miss out, and then the other team says enough is enough, and they flex their muscle.
Yeah, 16-yard gain for Armstrong gives the Senators their first down of the second half. Let's just keep doing this.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of the backs in the backfield this half. Mason makes a nice jump cut there, get back to the line, maybe get a yard.
Not much blocking that time.
Short gain on the play, 2nd down.
Armstrong comes out, McFeeters comes in.
So now you're probably expecting an outside run, which is where we've had a lot of success. Mason's busted him up in the middle, got him sucked back in. Now bring Roper and let's see him get around the edge.
Roper
There.
out wide,
Nice
makes
cut.
a nice cut. Going down the sideline, he gets pushed out at about the 17. Nice run by Roper.
Yeah, and I like that. We had so much success early the first time we played them on that jet sweep with Harrison and Chase. And we've not ran that one time yet tonight, but, you know, bring them in motion where it looks like it and then run Roper back to the wide outside to where they came from, and there's nobody there.
Senators deep in there in Springs Valley territory. McFeeters with a run up the middle again. Roper's going to get about 5 on that.
Armstrong's back in. Roper out. And again, it's you got nobody out here on Chase. Bring him back into on the inside where Harrison's got a.
Holden tucks the ball, runs by one.
He's going to score.
Gets in for a touchdown, Senators. Bousman gets into the end zone, moves the score to 12-0 Senators. Nice job there by Holden to be able to break that one after the nice block by his receivers on this side. Gives him the ability to make that decision on where to go with it.
Breathe a little easier now. Two scores feels a lot better than one.
I definitely don't disagree with you. Those of you at home watching, Eastern is up 14-0 over Union County.
Another penalty. I'll start. The 6th penalty of the night for the Senators.
Senators do get backed up here, still with their 2-point conversion team out there.
Back the ball up to what, the 8-yard line?
Yep, the 8.
Senators will go for 2 now from the 8.
Nobody's covering Roper. Nice job.
Harrison Sanford gets in. Not quite sure what's going to be
I'd
called
say
here. We've
there's
got
gonna be an unsportsmanlike on West Washington.
We've got all kinds of flags. I think there's 3 of them out there at the moment.
I think you may have pass interference or defensive holding on the 2-point conversion, and then the second one, third one was going to be unsportsmanlike.
So the officials are out there talking about what's going to happen. Still discussing it. Not sure exactly what they're going to do yet. Coach Bausman out inside the numbers, trying to figure out what they're talking about.
Tell you what, have you ever noticed these headlights going down the road out there? I wonder if that gets distracting to the players. Never really paid any attention.
As you're going into this end zone, you look right at the stoplight here in Springs Valley. So.
And then we got it.
And we're going to be assessed it on the kickoff. So, good news, Coach Russell. Your hair is safe for this week.
Good. I did not make any deal.
That's not what the Twitter universe said.
My kids make deals. They can shave their heads.
Maybe it could be the whole family.
I bet that'll go over real well.
More likely to get you and Holden to do it than Ryan, right?
Yeah, or Jana.
Well.
So we'll kick off from 25 again. And last time we kicked off back here, Springs Valley almost busted that for a touchdown. So we got to get good coverage down the field. No matter what happens, Springs Valley is going to have really good
field position here. Senators are up 14-0. 6:37 left to go here in the third period of play. Jake gets a whole lot of ground on that one. Colton Dickey grabs it and drops at the 36, 37-yard line, where the Blackhawks are going to take over.
So getting great field position for the Blackhawks.
I'm pretty sure that Jake took a massive-sized divot when he kicked that ball, because I can see it all the way from up here.
I see it now, too.
So those of you at home who saw that, you saw a big chunk of the grass here on the field come up as he kicked it. So
looks like Springs Valley will be in the gun.
Chase drops back to pass, going deep. Pass is intended for Curtis down the sideline. Parker Green with nice coverage over there. Coach Sullivan says that he has sneaky speed. He can be fast when he wants to be. And we saw it with that pass right there. He was able to really take off once the ball got up in the air with some catch-up speed. So. Farmer comes to the near side.
Quarter's going much slower.
We're going to get a timeout from the Springs Valley Blackhawks. We're going to step aside with a commercial break here in just a moment, and we'll be back with more West Washington football action here on West Washington live stream.
Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face, yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Back to action here at Springs Valley, where the Senators do lead 14-0. Other sectional 48 action, Perry Central 7, Tecumseh 2 after one period of play. There's the throw. going to be way overthrown out to this side.
Yeah, not even close.
Farmer there for coverage.
You know, I saw another score during halftime that was North Central 14-0 over Rock Creek, which is another possible sectional opponent.
Yep.
And the team we played earlier this year.
That game will kind of determine where the sectional final is played.
Because right now,
with the way the scores are coming in.
Anticipation is that it will be at Perry Central.
Correct.
As long as we keep winning.
That ball comes across the middle. That is a catch by 34, Colton Dickey, who kind of snuck in between three Senator defenders there.
Yeah. It's kind of like the back shoulder throws that you see the college and NFL teams doing, but that was a sliding back shoulder. I don't think that was by design.
Oh, he's nice intercepted. Catch there by Farmer or by Sanford.
He's going to go.
Nope.
Not going to catch
Not
Harrison.
going to catch Harrison.
Not going to catch Harrison.
Replay coming to you there at home. Watch Harrison, who does a great job of finding this ball as it's thrown. Chase drops back to pass it, and Harrison is right there to snag it.
And once he got out, they were not going to catch him.
That was Harrison Sanford who picked that ball off, and with Bobby not on the team with his foot injury, still on the team but being injured, Harrison is the fastest kid on the team.
Definitely. So now it's 20-0.
That ball handed off to Mason. Mason squeaks in between his linemen, gets into the end zone. Makes it 22-0. Senators out ahead. Nice job by the Senators senior, Mr. Harrison Sanford, with that pickoff, and run back all of about 70 yards from where he caught it.
And first time tonight, you start to see some Springs Valley players dropping their heads. So, you know, like I said earlier in the game, you allow a team like this to stay in the game where it's a 1-2 score game, where they've got confidence. That's when they are most dangerous. But, you know, right now we've scored 16 points in less than 1 minute. And, you know, now they're thinking, oh, here we go again. Here we go. And, you know, you look at Curtis back there walking back. I mean, he's one of them that's really had his head down. And if I'm not mistaken, this will be Jake's first time kicking off for the 40 tonight.
Might be.
He may just walk out to the 20 and put it down, because that's where we've been kicking from.
He wants to know what it's like to kick off from.
Yeah.
Those of you out there watching, I know we've had some technical difficulties getting the stream out to you. It does seem to be working now, so hopefully it'll stay up through the rest of the game. We will leave it up for a little while after the game so that you can see it. Normally we take them down to keep our video protected, but we'll leave it up for a little bit so people can watch that, you know, first 3 quarters of the game where we've had some issues. Jake does a nice job of booting that one deep.
It's going to be a touchback.
It's going to be it turns.
Oh, he's going to
Curtis picks it up.
One.
Does a nice job of avoiding Pavey there. He gets out to about the 15.
Wow.
That is a heck of a kick there by Jake. I don't know. He must have got that from his dad, being able to kick it that far and then stop it
just
at about
put
the
that
1.
English on it where it's going to die.
So that's
the thing. I mean, that was smart on him. I mean, if he just sat there and let it go like on a punt, and West Washington falls on it, you know, that's our ball.
Yeah.
That's a live ball. So, you know, it was smart play by the kid.
Senators do pin the Blackhawks deep in their own territory here. We go with the 4 down linemen.
34.
34. Colton Dickey.
Colton Dickey's not had much success against the Senators in 2 times that we played this year.
I couldn't quite see his number because he was covered up by so many Senators as he got up from the bottom of the pile there. So
Senators seem to have gone back to a 4-4 now, or 4-4.
Yeah, Andrew Lewis comes in and plays that other down lineman.
And you got Lewis and Armstrong and Sanford as your outside backers.
And then Hunter Pate is covering that middle linebacker position.
Along with Rankin.
After being a defensive lineman for a while. So that's a...
It's going to put them in a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, 3rd and 4-ish.
Yep. Be really nice to get a stop here and get the back and just blow this game open. I know hearing a lot of viewers tired of hearing the 3rd down.
Yeah. We didn't hear it this time.
No, we haven't.
Chase up under center on 3rd and 4. Sends Dickey in motion. Hand off to Adam George.
Adam George going to get out across the 25. Going to be close to a 1st down, depending on the spot.
I think they're
going to leave him short.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and inches, it looks like.
At least to the 25.5.
3-yard gain on the play. 4th down
and 1.
It's a big play here for the center defense.
Coach Gibson with the call in from the far sideline.
I'd say we're going to go back to the 5.
Try to get to your yard here and get your 1st down and keep things moving. But you know the Senators are going to
Senator crowd, Senator Nation over there up on their feet,
yeah, you can hear
cheering on the Senator defense here. They've got that middle stacked up.
He went backward. I don't think he got it.
I think he got a good spot this time, Mike.
Yeah, looked like up to about the 26. So
Should be in the 1st down.
well, they should toss it out to one of the officials instead of just marking it.
So they come in, they spot the ball.
They're going to measure. They're going to.
So we're going to take a timeout here to get the chains to come in across the way. That's really close.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Chase got enough for the 1st down. It's close. We're going to see. We've got one official on his knee.
This is going to be really close. Maybe not as close as it.
Nope, it's going to be by half a football.
There it goes.
1st down for the Blackhawks here.
So 3:29 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Senators have expanded the lead out to 22-0. So, and having watched Springs Valley's throw game, it's going to be very difficult
for them to
come back right
yeah.
now. Oh no.
Over Parker Green's head. He's got it.
I jinxed us. It's going to be a hit out of bounds. Add another 15 yards onto that. So Springs Valley is going to be in outstanding field position.
That's one of those calls I don't agree with because that tackle started inbounds, and that was a spin all the way around, grabbed by a jersey.
36-yard reception.
But nonetheless, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty on West Washington.
First down!
So that's going to put them in business at about the 23-yard line.
The 23-yard line. And again, another golden opportunity for the Hawks here.
Makes for a interesting defensive play call here.
Mm-hmm. I think we had messed up coverage there. I think one kid thought we was in a cover 2, and one thought it was man-to-man. So got a false start on Springs Valley, as that is just their third penalty of the night.
So that's going to then back them up.
Albeit to their defense, that's just their first penalty of the second half, and they've only been flagged.
So going to be 1st and 15 here from the 28.
And Springs Valley is going to have to change their philosophy on play calling as far as getting it in quicker.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they want to snap the ball when it gets under 5 seconds on the play clock.
They did to start the game. They don't so much now.
Yeah, they can't now.
That comes up the middle.
Spins away from a couple of tacklers, still on his feet inside the 20 and down to about the 18.
Going to go down at the 18.
Close to another first down. Or
no, we're 4 yards short. You're used to hearing it, but
to the 18 and a much more manageable now 2nd down and 5.
Mike, over the next 2 years, that's going to be very important. Getting the weight room and really put on some extra strength, that'll be a big advantage.
Senators looking for the play call in. It comes in, they get set.
Quick, very quick. Good there on that.
But we're still under 5 to go on the play
They
clock.
got
Now we got 2 guys in motion. There's got to be a flag there. There's got to be something.
You know, it was interesting. I was talking this week, and again,
So that's an illegal shift because they didn't get set again. You can move 2, but then you've got to get them set again.
Right.
And they didn't. It didn't help that we jumped off sides too, but the illegal shift happened before the offsides.
Right.
So. So now it's going to back them up. Going to be 2nd and 11. Clock does start here. 1:57 to go.
perhaps Canada will learn that, but again, he's just a sophomore, so he'll pick up many more things as we continue to move along. But here,
Some confusion here by the Blackhawks. They're not quite sure where to get
5
set.
seconds on the play clock.
this time Cannon out of the shotgun, sends Curtis in motion to the far side. Back to throw is Cannon, flushed out.
Benskin got him.
Benskin gets him.
Sacked.
Back at the 30-yard line, nowhere to go because Trevor Benskin.
So it's going to be a 7-yard loss. Again, a lot of pressure. Trenton said he's not getting away this time.
Yeah. Andrew Lewis has played a heck of a game on that line there. He's one that we don't call his name a whole lot, but he does a great job of getting in the way and turning plays one way or the other for Benskin to then clean up or Jake get on the other side.
I think Springs Valley's going to burn a timeout.
So they're going to burn a
timeout. It's down to 1 again.
We're going to go ahead, step aside for a commercial break from the IHSAA, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Indiana did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Back to action here at Springs Valley, where the Senators do lead 22-0. 1:10 left to go here in the third period of play. Valley makes a deep run here into Senator territory, but then shoots themselves in the foot with some penalties. 32, the intended receiver, which is Connor Grimes. He gets up to catch it, and it goes right through his hands.
To bring up a 4th down and 17. You know, and Springs Valley's helping us out, you know, with their how long they are taking to get the play in. I mean, you know, as you said, great strategy at the beginning of the game to limit the amount of touches West Washington got. But when you're down 22-0 with basically a quarter left to go, you want to be snapping that as quick as you can. You want as many plays as you can, and they're not getting that.
Three wideouts. Throw the screen pass caught by Connor Grimes.
Connor Grimes with that catch out wide, but he's not going to get back to the sticks. So
no, he's going to gain about 6 yards on that, but nonetheless, Senators are going to take over 1st and 10. And we'll run probably a couple plays, and that'll take us to the 4th quarter.
58.8 seconds left to go here in the 3rd. Holden drops back, rolls this way, going to throw across his body.
Nice catch by
Chase. Chase Farmer with a nice grab there at the 45. Holden comes down and congratulates him on that nice catch. 51.3 to go on the clock.
Nice play. Tough throw for Holden. Rolling this way, Chase put a double move on him, and he started on a slant, and then he ran to the corner, and Holden put it right where it needed to be.
Senators moving the ball well now. That's a jet sweep.
There you go.
Holden with the nice move there, going to gain about another, 17 yards on that one.
Down to the 37. Senators are beginning to roll. They've got those first game jitters out. You know, and realistically, that's what it is. I mean, it's the same, and we saw that the Eastern game. You know, they struggled until the 3rd quarter, and, you know, they're settling in now to tournament mode.
Hands off to Armstrong. Armstrong through a hole. Still going. Finally is brought down at the 28. Adam George with that stop for Valley.
And
that's going to be the last play of the 3rd period. We're going to find a commercial break here, and we will be back in just a moment with the 4th quarter of action here at Springs Valley.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Indiana's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back to live action here for the 4th period of play, where the Senators are out ahead 22-0 here over the Springs Valley Blackhawks. A couple of updated scores. Eastern is up 14-0 over Union County. Their first win could come in the first round of sectional for the year. Good job for the Eastern Musketeers there, playing in the 2A sectional. So that's a very competitive sectional there. I believe Salem is down right now. Hand off up the middle.
Roper's
to
just one
McFeeters
away from busting that to go the distance. But will be a first down as he gets down to the 22-yard line.
Triton Central 49, Mitchell 16. Oh, I have the score backwards. Salem is up 13-7 over
Gibson
Southern.
Top 10 team in 3A.
McFeeters hit at the line of scrimmage, but still able to get forward for about 3 yards.
This was just a 6-0 game at halftime, and the Senators didn't score until there were 25 seconds left. But the Senators able to take advantage of a turnover.
It's like they may have grabbed Roper's ankle or something. He's messing with that, and as a result, he's going to go out, and Mason Armstrong will come back into the game.
Nice catch.
Great diving catch made by
Harrison Sanford makes a great catch there.
Well, that looked like an NFL receiver there. 6 yards on that play to set up now a third.
It's a heck of a pass there by Holden, and even a better catch by Harrison.
Yes, it was. And that's the thing. I mean, they give them that. They got to respect their speed. So you come off of that and then break it on a slant. You know, it's deadly.
Jet sweep coming. Harrison not going to get anything there.
I think he'll lose a couple yards on that. That's the first time we've ran that jet sweep tonight.
They definitely saw that one coming, and they crashed that end into.
Lost about 3 yards on that.
Going to be 4th and 4. Still going to go for it on 4th down here. I mean,
Under 10 minutes to go, but you'd like to see a stop here and let the Valleyvs offense get back on.
I think they're going to run it down to about 1 second. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to run it. But they might take a timeout. Yeah, they're taking a timeout. Talk about what they want on this play.
we're going to stay right here with you during this timeout. The Senators are out ahead 22-0 with a 4th down coming up here on the Springs Valley 16-yard line. Coach Russell, talk to us a little bit about your girls basketball season coming up.
Well, we
this is your first official week of practice,
and we've not had everybody there. We had some kids need to take some time off from volleyball before they get started, but we've had a group there that's been working really hard this week, and we got one more week, and then next Saturday we will be at Floyd Central to open the season in a scrimmage. Then the following week we go to Linton to play a top 5 team in 2A. And then the following week it really gets started as we play Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday that week. And fortunately, all 3 of those games are going to be home. So, you know, basketball season's here, and I think we're ready to go and see. You know, obviously we've got to replace Maddie and Hattie, who had been 4-year starters, and you know it's going to take some while to gel, but I think by the end of the year we'll have a really solid basketball team once again.
And you even had the little lady Senators in. I came down one night, and you had looked like 100 little girls down there.
Yeah. Incomplete.
Harrison Sanford unable to get up high enough to catch that one.
Couldn't get that jump ball. But yeah, we do a camp in the fall for the elementary girls, and then the very last practice we wait and do it when the high school girls are practicing, so they can come in for the first part of practice and be around those high school kids. And then they go in, they decorate the locker rooms for us, and Audrey-Nell has done a good job of running the big sister, little sister program for the basketball players. And at the end of the night, they find out who their big sisters are, and it's something that's worked well for us and has gained a lot of momentum as it goes on. A lot of kids are really excited about that, and it develops a lot of interest in girls basketball.
Jordan Curtis with the run. He's met by Bryce Brown and Harrison Sanford. Yeah, when I stopped in, like I said, it seemed like you had 100 little girls down there running back and forth on the court, dribbling the ball, you know, doing some of those basic skills, and all of them had a big smile on their face. And then at one point, a song came on, and every kid over there was doing it. Do you know what that song was?
Was it Baby Shark?
It was Baby Shark. So
they love it. I hate it.
And the best is, you know who was leading that Baby Shark hand motions and everything?
No idea.
It was your daughter, Ryan Russell.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, that was one thing. They started that last year playing that Baby Shark, and those girls loved it, and she wanted to make sure they got it again. But yeah, Curtis is down.
Curtis came across the middle, and he was met. I'm looking at who it was on the replay there.
Roper?
No, it was Chase Farmer. Chase Farmer came in and laid the hit on that one. It was a pretty good hit from the side.
He's still down.
He's down, but he's moving and he's getting up. I think maybe just the wind was knocked out of him.
He got his bell rung.
Yeah, it was a good hard hit.
Yeah, nothing illegal about it. I mean, just a good hit. It's a price you pay when you come across the middle.
Yeah. So those of you there at home watching, it's going to come back across, and it's going to be Farmer who comes in kind of from the side to hit him.
Mm-hmm. So we'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 for the Blackhawks.
So Chase is going to be. It's going to come in with the play from the sideline. We've got 8:51 left to go here in the 4th period of play, where the Senators do lead 22-0. We've got too many men on the field, I believe. 84 comes running off to the side, which is, usually not a good sign.
Right. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 now.
14-14 Salem. They are tied with Gibson Southern.
Salem can pull that off. That'll be a major upset.
And then if everything holds true, they will travel to Heritage Hills for round 2. That is a juggernaut kind of sectional over there. He turns the corner, gets out of bounds on the short of the first down. Going to go out at about the 26 maybe. I'm waiting to see where they put the stick down. Maybe going to be the 27 once he finally stops. Going to be 4th down from there. Of course, they're going to go for it. Don't really have a choice here.
Love to see the center defense get a stop here. 23-24.
Splits wide on the near side, so does Colton Dickey. 2 wideouts to the far, out the shotgun. Chase takes the snap. Oh, he's in big trouble.
Ball on the ground, fumble.
They fall on it, but it doesn't matter. It's West Washington football.
West Washington is going to take over on downs there.
Where will we have it at? Are they marking it to 20?
Records on their side. The Hawks will give up the football and
8:36 to go before the Senators move on, and next week they will be at home.
Yep.
We got North Davies.
North Davies. I haven't seen an updated score from them, but
I'm sure that's who it's going to be. Senators with 2 backs. We got McFeeters and Armstrong both in there. Roper with the
just a shoestring.
How many times
again.
have we seen that tonight where Roper and Mason have just been tripped up where they were one? If they could get by that one kid, they'd have a lot of running to do. And West Washington is being very patient, giving Springs Valley a dose of their own medicine now as far as letting the play clock run before they snap it.
North Davies is out ahead 26-8.
Big hole
5-17.
for Armstrong up the middle.
He gets held on to there by number 30.
Looks like they're on marking just
Adam,
short.
nope. Desmond Jones brings Mason down there.
Centers can spread you out so far, and that really puts a lot of pressure on your linebackers and your corners.
Another kind of close to home school, PLAC school. Crawford.
Armstrong's going to score.
Armstrong with a score, going to make it 28-0 here. Crawford County, another PLAC school who drew a juggernaut of Evansville Mater Dei.
Oh, I don't even want to hear.
56-0 after 3 quarters of play. The good news was I believe that was at Crawford.
Yeah, and actually that's not as bad as what I thought it might be.
Yeah, Mike Goebel, the head coach there at Mater Dei. I got to work.
Class guy.
Really class guy. I got to actually broadcast a wrestling tournament with him and Randy Hellrich, his longtime assistant wrestling coach. And we talked a little bit about his football season and you know his record, 12 straight state championships in wrestling. He's a class guy and will do just about anything that you can ask of him, except when he's on the sidelines.
Very intense.
He is an intense guy, but once he steps off the sideline, he'll bend over backwards for you. So Senators were not able to convert that 2-point conversion. We're going to step aside, have a short 30-second commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face, yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Jake Strange with another big boot. Dylan McLean ends up picking that up and gets out of bounds at about the 21, I think is where he's going to stand.
Again, another great kick by Jake, putting it all the way back to the end zone. And now, actually, if they had not picked that one up,
that would have gone into the
end zone and been a touchback. But he gained a yard by running it out.
Yeah. Blackhawks do take over here on the 21. 7:13 left to go. 28-0. Senators out ahead.
Trying to break to the outside, turns the corner, 35-40.
Oh, that looked like a face mask yanked out.
40-yard line.
Nice tackle across the way by Roper McFeeters, who was in on that one. Not sure who the other one is over there that helped turn him, but Roper ends up cleaning it up. Going to be holding. Springs Valley's going to back that one up, so the tackle didn't even matter.
No. Yeah, what we have to make sure of is understanding that Springs Valley season is over. And we can't take any chances on getting these stupid penalties that get somebody kicked out and has to sit out next week. So,
and we've got to stay healthy. We can't do anything that's going to get anybody hurt. So Valley comes back to the line.
First down and 17.
First and 10, or first and 19, I should say. The handoff on the counterplay to
Counterplay doesn't gain much. Curtis with the carry. There's a whole slew of Senators getting up off the ground. I don't know who actually made that tackle, but
so again, 6:35 to go before the Senators move on to round 2. And again, we will be home.
We will be at home next week.
Now, let's see what the weather does. Aren't they saying snow on Halloween night?
Ooh.
That'll be interesting.
Don't say that.
Now,
my girls want to go trick-or-treating, and if there's snow, I'm going to have to sit in the car and watch.
I can remember when I was playing, so, I mean, this was way back when. But
you just dated yourself.
Everybody knows. I mean, just look. But our first round game, we played in the snow at Brown County, and I remember that because Jimmy Strange came back from ACL surgery that day and kicked a game-winning field goal in the snow. I mean, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
back to the 11. We're in the second down and 20. Chase out with shotgun. Sends Curtis in motion. Takes the snap. Fires the screen pass. Caught by Colton Dickey.
Colton Dickey with a nice catch. Then 2 Senators put their helmets on it. Harrison coming up off the ground along with, I believe, Roper McFeeters was in on that hit. Going to be 3rd and 11. .6:12 left to go here in the 4th period. Jake Strange ends up cleaning that one up. Not going to gain anything there. Going to back up a yard, actually. So going to be 4th and 14. Clock is running. For as many yards as it seems like the Senator defense has given up tonight, to still give up no points, that's a pretty good night.
Yeah, I agree. And they've played really well, been on the field a lot of this ball game.
We get a kick up in the air. Senators do a good job of getting away from it. So Senators are going to come out with their offensive unit. 5:19 left to go in the 4th period of play. Senators do have this one under control, 28-0.
So you'll see a lot of, oh no, they put Brady Coulter in as running back. They're not taking any more chances on Roper and Mason. And Brady Coulter, when he's had the opportunities to run this year, he's made the most of them.
We're getting some love from Texas. We've got people in Texas watching us.
That may be Mason Armstrong's relatives.
It is. It's Mason Armstrong's relatives saying it's so nice to be able to watch him. Brady Coulter unable to get his feet underneath him. He saw the opening out here, but then was trying to take off and
been standing over there. It's kind of cold. It's hard to get warmed up.
Well, now he's warmed up, so we'll see how he does on this carry, because I bet it goes back to him.
I'd say so. Again, we'll be very patient. Probably not snapping until definitely under 10 seconds on the play clock. Oh, well, we got 2 guys. Get set, boys. Get set.
That's exactly what they're doing. Oh, nope, that's Parker.
But a nice run there by Coulter.
Coulter's going to gain 4 yards, but it's all going to be negated because of the false start on Parker Green.
And Coach Bausman's going to keep his record intact. I do not believe he had ever lost to Springs Valley since he has been head coach.
Well,
so he's going to keep that
intact.
Definitely. That's what we want to see. And then Springs Valley's going to go the entire year, or 8 quarters this year, having not scored on the center defense.
Second and 16.
Brady
Coulter.
Coulter. Big hole.
He's going to
turns. Going to be close to the first down before he goes down.
Get down to
if he doesn't get it, it's going to be 3rd and 1, depending on the spot. They do put it down
just shy
of it, so it's going to be 3rd and a short one. Nice job by Brady Coulter to get in the game and get some positive yards here.
Mm-hmm. And again, I mean, Brady's a really good running back himself, but, you know, in that situation, you got 2 guys ahead of you, and Mason and Roper, who are pretty special. And, you know, Brady missed last year. What's nice is to see him back this year, being able to do these type of things and serve as, you know, a good backup for Mason and Roper, because he had the ACL surgery, I believe it was, last year.
Correct.
So, you know, it's good to see him back out there and running the way he has when he's had the opportunities.
So going to be 4th and 4.5. They're on the 40, so
they may run the. I don't know.
2:51 left to go here in the game. Handoff up the middle. Brady's going to get the first down and then go down at
inside the 30.
29, 28. That puts us in a good position where we can
this clock out.
Maybe stretch this out in victory formation here.
Yeah.
Assuming North Davies wins, the Senators will host the Cougars at Art Sanders Field next Friday night.
Senators are going to run one more offensive play here, and then we'll probably see some victory formation. Coulter does a nice job of spinning there, getting positive yards, then moving forward. Looks like he's going to gain about 3.
Yeah.
Coulter continuing to run the football, picks up 2 yards there to the 27.
Salem is tied 14-14 at half. Remember, they did get a late start compared to us.
Right.
Finished the year at 4-6. West Washington will improve to 9-1. Head into play next week. Hand off again to Coulter.
Makes a nice move. He's still cutting. Still trying to get into the end zone.
He's going to get inside the 10 to the 9.
Paoli out ahead 58-0 over Switzerland County at the end of the 3rd.
Really?
Brownstown Central 6, Charlestown 7. That's a final.
Well, I saw at halftime that the running back for Charlestown scored on the very first play of the game. And I didn't know. Wow, 7-6.
Amy Armstrong Day said that she remembers that game in 1990.
Yep.
Senators do go in victory formation here. Holden takes a knee. He's going to have to do it one more time. Senator coaches come down off the roof. Going to head down and across the field so that they can congratulate their players on a victory here. 40 seconds left to go in the game before it's official. Senators go under center one more time. Holden takes a knee and then takes the ball with him. Nice job by the Senators here to supplant the win. They do end up winning here 28-0. Another score out there. North Harrison up 29-7. Had a nice conversation with offensive coordinator Chuck Walker, his wife Gina Walker, who is the 5th grade teacher there at West Washington, about how the North Harrison Cougars stacked up in that matchup there, and thought that they could definitely pull that one out, and looks like that does hold true. The more scores that are rolling in from around the state as we get them, we'll let you know. So this one is all but done here. They're congratulating each other on the big V in the center of the field here. We're going to step aside, take some commercial breaks, and we'll be back in just a few moments with our post game.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Indiana's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the kid in grade.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face. Yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
As they fall to rival West
Back to Death Valley here on Springs Valley's Springs Valley High School campus. The Senators are victorious tonight. Coach Russell, run down some scoring and some stats.
Okay, well, first quarter was 0-0. Nothing, no scoring. I think Springs Valley had the ball twice. West Washington had it once the entire quarter. In the second quarter, it was basically the same thing. Both teams moving the ball, but could not punch it in until 25 seconds remained in the first half when Harrison Sanford on fourth down catches a 34-yard pass from Holden Bosman for the touchdown. 2-point conversion failed and made the score 6-0, and that's where it stood at the half. In the third quarter, West Washington exploded in less than a minute. At the 6:37 mark, Holden Bosman runs it in from 11 yards out. Harrison Sanford catches a pass from Holden for a 14-0 Senator lead. And then at the 5:48 mark, Sanford takes a 70-yard interception return for the touchdown. Mason Armstrong runs in the 2-point conversion to make it 22-0. And to add icing on the cake, at 7:19 mark of the fourth quarter, Mason Armstrong runs it in from 11 yards out for his, I believe, 15th touchdown of the season. The 2-point conversion failed, making the score 28-0. Stats for Springs Valley: they had 8 first downs in the ball game, only 2 in the second half. They ran the ball 37 times for 105 yards. They were 6 out of 17 with 1 interception, passing for 72 yards. Altogether, the Blackhawks had 170 yards total offense. They did fumble once, but was able to recover it. They were penalized 7 times for 50 yards. For the Senators, they picked up 13 first downs in the ball game. They ran the ball 35 times for 236 yards, 9 out of 16 passing with 2 interceptions for 140 yards, 376 yards total offense for the Senators in the ball game. They also had 1 fumble, but also recovered it. They did have 9 penalties for 80 yards. Individually, Roper McFeeters, 10 carries, 79 yards. Mason Armstrong, 14 carries, 79 yards. Holden Bousman, 4 carries for 26 yards. And Brady Coulter, 6 carries for 43 yards. And Chase Farmer, 1 carry for 9 yards. As we said, Holden was 9 out of 16 passing for 140 yards. Leading receiver was Harrison Sanford with 3 catches for 77 yards. Chase Farmer, 2 for 38. Mason Armstrong with 2 catches for 5 yards. And Jake Strange, 1 catch for 5 yards. And that is our stats for the game. And next week, as we mentioned, we will be at home, and most likely we are facing North Davies. Coach Bousman is here, so I'll give him my headset.
We're going to give Coach Bousman just a second to settle in here. It's been a great game here with the Senators, some very good football weather. Coach, the Senators came out and were a little sluggish to start off, and then the second half ignited them.
Yeah, we were definitely sluggish, shooting ourselves in the foot. Had a chance to be up 3 scores at half, and we get a couple penalties that call back 2 touchdowns, and neither penalty was an advantage to us. We didn't have enough men on line of scrimmage one play, and then we flinched in the backfield, and it's like just little things here and there that we got to clean up. And it was at this point you survive and advance, and on the road against a team that we see a lot. And we're going to see that, potentially down the road. But if we're fortunate enough to continue to advance. But at any rate, we're going to get everybody's best shot. So I was really proud of the way our guys responded in the second half.
Harrison Sanford has a heck of a game tonight with a couple of catches and some really good defense. The senior just played what I thought was his best game of the year. Probably didn't score as much as he has previously, but I mean he just kind of did it all.
Yeah, he did, and he's a great blocker and goes up and gets the football, makes some big-time catches, and, had the touchdown and a pick 6, and, just phenomenal job. And Chase had a big catch here on their sideline that moved us down to, I think, give us, eventually we scored again, but, and he went up and high-pointed the ball. And that was some things that we didn't do early. We didn't high-point the football, and just little things that we typically do we weren't doing in the first half. But, we cleared our minds from that, so let's take this half and take this second half and, grow into next week's game.
And that's exactly what it is, growing into next week's game, which will be at Art Sanders Field there on West Washington's campus. Last scores we heard was that North Davies was up, so it'll be the North Davies team coming to West Washington. Any insights on them?
They like to throw it around. They got a good-sized quarterback and, a lot of spread. And, they got the ability to run the football as well, but they're going to spread us out and run a lot of trips, a lot of 2-by-2 receiver sets. So, defensively we're going to have to get pressure on the quarterback, keep him in. Their quarterback tonight, I forget his name, did a great job once he got out of the pocket. Yeah, Chase did a great job once he got out of the pocket, and we didn't contain him at times, so we got to do that next week and, hopefully get some pressure and not give him clean looks.
The good news is there is a chance of snow on Halloween, which will be the day before, so could be an interesting matchup. Well, we're gonna let you go ahead and head upstairs, get the radio interview, and get down and celebrate with your kids down on the field. But thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you.
We're gonna give Coach Russell just a second to settle back in, get his final thoughts of the game. But once again, the Senators are victorious tonight. They do pull out the win here in sectional 48, and they're going to be at home next week at Art Sanders Field. We will be bringing you that game as well from Art Sanders Field. But Coach Russell, final thoughts?
Survive and advance. That's the name of the game now, and it doesn't matter whether it's pretty or not. You live to play the next game, and our kids are going to be home, and they're going to be ready to play to get to or have the right to play in the sectional championship the following week. But it is one game at a time, and no doubt in my mind, these kids are going to be ready. It's I would have been more concerned if we came in here and won 50-0 or 60-0, but there's definitely things that'll be coached up this week that the coaches are going to have their attention and have them ready to play, and that's always a good thing. So like I said, win in advance.
Win in advance. That's exactly right.
It doesn't matter if it's 1 point, 28 points, 60 points. You're playing another week, and these kids are, and these coaches are, and we hope there's a huge crowd out next week at West Washington, but if not, they can watch us here.
They can watch us here. That game has also been picked up by the IHSAA TV network, so we'll be live on their side along with ours. Like we said, at last count that we heard, we were going to be playing North Davies. They're at Art Sanders Field, so that'll be a 7 o'clock kick. So that is our next broadcast that we've got for you. So with that, this is Craig Akers and Darren Russell signing off, and we'll see you guys next week.